Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to a new series that I'd like to start called Just Ship Things, where I'm basically going to discuss things that I'd either like to see more in warships or I really dislike about warships, whether it's something the game developers are adding, a certain trends that's happening, or just an occurrence that happens either a lot in game or a little bit in game. But without further ado, I'd like the focus of this first episode to be on an achievement actually. And that achievement would be one that was brought up again quite recently thanks to a lot of the new carrier missions, which is Clear Skies. Now, Clear Skies is an honorable mission, not a heroic mission, but it's extremely hard to get, and that's just because of how they changed it. It used to be shoot down 30 planes, which is simple enough. You could get that at tier 4. But they've changed it to where you need 30 planes minimum to get the reward, but you have to shoot down 50% of all the enemy's aircraft, including spotters and float fighters on ships that are not the carrier. Which, that's the part where it gets tricky, and that's a lot of the issue with this award and why it's so hard to get. I mean, it's up there with Solo Warrior for difficulty to get, where it's a reward that's on the same scaling level as a Devastating Strike. But the reason it's so hard to get is that inclusion of float planes, because you can have a carrier go full potato against you and just decimate his hangar, but there could be another 50 float planes that are stored up on the enemy battleships and cruisers that you didn't touch the whole match and screwed you out of this award. And it's just, it's nigh impossible to get unless you're flying your fighters into anti-aircraft bubbles, losing fighters just to take out these single little planes, and then at the same time, if you're killing the enemy team, say you kill a Yamato, First Blood, Devastating Strike, you're extremely happy with yourself, but you just screwed yourself out of a Clear Sky. Because that's, depending on how many planes he actually had in his hangar, that's a decent chunk of the enemy aircraft that you just put out of commission that still count for the achievement. So that's so many more planes that you have to shoot down from the enemy carrier or the enemy fleet. And at the same time, when you're going for this award, you have to hope that your team doesn't get a lot of plane kills with anti-aircraft. You have to hope that the enemy carrier isn't super skilled. And a lot of times you have to be running the air superiority builds for your carrier, so you're not going to be doing a lot of damage in the first place. So, I mean, you'll be protecting your team and probably spotting if you're trying to shoot down fighter planes, but you won't be doing any damage to the enemy fleet, which is really going to hurt your earnings in the end. And I don't know, it's such a painful thing because it's been an issue for so long, but it hasn't been changed since they made it harder, increasing it from just the 30 planes to 50% with a 30 plane minimum. I mean, tier 10, you're talking upwards of 80, 90 aircraft. It's definitely something. And especially with Wargaming not wanting to change carriers, it seems, even though they really need it, Wargaming seems to be focusing on everything else. I don't foresee this award getting changed until the carriers actually get changed, because you won't see it unless there's carriers in the game, which is rare in and of itself in most tiers. But it would definitely be something nice to see if they're going to be putting out campaign missions or just general missions where it's, alright, get a Clear Sky, get 2 Clear Skies, get 3 Clear Skies. Because that's like saying, alright, hey, go get, 3 Solo Warriors. Have fun. Because it's not really going to happen. I don't know. What's your guys' take on this? Do you think it's fine as is? Do you think it's too high of a difficulty for the level of the skill? And by that I mean it's an honorable award rather than heroic. Or do you think it deserves a little bit of nerfing so that it is more in line with something like a Devastating Strike, or what else is a honorable? I think First Blood, and I think something like Close Quarters Expert. So just comparing it to Close Quarters Expert, that's pretty sad. But what do you guys think? Do you think it should be buffed? Or, I don't know what you would call that. Would you call that a nerf? I guess it would be a nerf to its difficulty. Do you think it should be nerfed? Do you think it should stay the same because its achievements shouldn't just be handed out? Or do you think that Wargaming should, rethink carriers in general? Anyways, good luck out there, guys. Hope you guys will enjoy this. I'm going to try to do a lot more of these. They're going to be somewhat short and hopefully on major issues or great things that I'd like to see in the game. Good luck out there, and see you next time.